That's right, happy Father's Day, good people. Happy Father's Day, good people. Happy Father's Day, good people. Welcome to Kitchen of the Flavor. Fuck. Happy Father's Day. Dad thinks that he's the grand poobah of the household. That's why I'm wearing his hat. Today I'm gonna do a spin off of a Beef Wellington. It's a very popular dish in my restaurant, but this time I'm gonna do it with a pork loin instead of a filet mignon. I'm going to make a bacon, onion, garlic relish as opposed to using mushrooms and foie gras mousse. I am going to wrap it in puff pastry and bake it in the oven. And then we're gonna serve it over a wonderful sauteed onion brown sauce that is going to complement this dish beautifully. First, I'm gonna take this shallot and this piece of bacon and we're gonna dice it up. Hot pan, a little bit of oil. We're gonna render out our bacon. A little bit of salt, because we want the salads to bleed a little bit. Garlic, some black pepper. I'm gonna let that go about 5 minutes-ish. While that's happening, I'm gonna brown one side of this pork because we want flavors and textures all at the same time while it's inside this beautiful pastry. We're gonna burn it up right inside with the relish. Just want a little bit of color. You don't want to cook it too much because we're gonna bake it in the oven. While that's happening, I take my puff pastry, I'm gonna stretch it out just a little bit with my fingers because we want to wrap the whole pork in it. And we don't want anybody to see it until they actually cut into it. It's like, surprise, happy Father's Day, yeah! So as you can see, I put a little color on each side. Little brown, while it's still raw inside. And now that our bacon and shallots are cooked and ready to roll, we're gonna take that first and we're gonna put this on the bottom of the puff pastry, which will ultimately be the top of it because we're gonna flip it over. Then we're gonna take our pork and we're gonna pop it in there, fold the corners in first, and then pull out the sides. Little help from our friend. And then we're gonna flip it over. And we have a perfectly wrapped pork Wellington. Now we pop this on our tray and we're gonna put it in the oven. This is gonna take about 25 minutes. We're in our 20th minute. Let's take a look at it anyway. What do you say? See that? See how it's got nice and brown on the outside? It's bubbling on the bottom. That's from all the bacon and all the juices inside. See, it's beautiful. We're gonna give us another 5 more minutes. While we're waiting for that, I'm gonna saute some spinach with this sliced onion brown sauce that I made so that we got something to rest it on. So take a nice handful of spinach because once we put it in that hot pan, it's all gonna melt down into almost nothing. So take some of that, some good olive oil, a little bit of salt. If you go back to my sauce videos, you'll see where I got this brown sauce from. A little black pepper, turn down the flame, give it a little saute. I'm gonna deglaze this with a little wine, just so that we can melt down the spinach. And then we're gonna put in our sauce. We're gonna let that all cook together. All right, let's pull our pork. Look at that, beautiful. Nice golden brown. We wanna let this rest, which means we just put it on a table there for about 5 minutes. That way the inside catches up with the outside. While that's resting, we're gonna remove our spinach and sauce from the fire and we're gonna put it on the plate. Get some of that nice sauce, get some of the onions. Now we have a base for which my pork Wellington will arise. And then we gently pull it from the aluminum foil. This is why we use cooking spray. And we put it onto our plate. If this doesn't say Father's Day, I don't know what does. So make sure you enjoy your Father's Day with your loved ones and make sure you have a palate full of pork.